Hello!
Hello, friends!
We're back.
We are back, finally, after Gen Con and mental health breaks and actual health breaks. But we're back,
Yeah.
and we're so excited that you're here with us. So, fun news, we went to Gen Con.
We did,
We
and it
met
was wonderful and
We met
lovely.
so many of you lovely people that we have played games with, and some that we have not, but that we care for greatly, and it was so much fun. We will talk about that more on our stream on Saturday. We'll show you all the haul that we brought in. It's not a big haul, but it's still, we got fun things.
Yeah.
Speaking of, tomorrow is our 1 year anniversary. Yay! So tomorrow is our 1 year, but we decided that we are going to stream on Saturday. Sorry, brain just stopped. We are going to stream on Saturday and play a game. We haven't decided what game yet.
We've not.
We're gonna bring our video game Let's Plays back. We've been watching Creepy Games Online, which that'll be coming close soon to you in not too long.
It's gonna be spooky season.
Our spooky gaming through the month of October. We might start early. Who knows?
We're gonna start early.
Yeah, we're gonna start early.
We're a Halloween household.
We are. We are. Look, it became August 1st while we were at Gen Con, and I was like, it's spooky season. But we are in Indiana in August.
I think last year we put in our Halloween decorations like the week after we moved in, which was like the end of September.
Yeah.
They'll probably go up earlier this year.
They're gonna go up soon. But yeah, so Gen Con was lovely. And we are going to start our games on Saturday. Saturday it's specifically for our 1 year of streaming. So we'll have some chat time. We'll have some looking back over things, all that good stuff, and we'll stream a game that we'll figure out.
And we are also going to talk about maybe some of the games we're planning for after all of this is done. We've obviously announced Muppet Borns, and that starts next week, which we're all very excited about. But we also, I am currently in the process of writing 2 campaigns. I'm planning for a third that is all going to be made up very much on the spot. We're going to do session 0, and I'm going to take everything that we decide in session 0 and go write a thing and start it the next week. So that'll all be very exciting, and we're talking to cast members and things right now, and trying to work all of that out and seeing what all that may do. So yeah, we're working on it. We'll talk about all that tomorrow or Saturday.
We've got things planned out to the end of the year right now. We're going to take a good holiday break, and then we will come back in January. We're going to do an all-invited cast to do hopefully a game that we got the chance to play test
at Gen Con, and it was lovely. And we are going to again.
Yeah, that was written by my very good friends, Sarah Moore. You would know if you tuned into our World Builders campaign. Her and her very talented husband have been working on the game for a while, so that's hopefully what we're going to start the year off with, because we played it and it was so much fun.
And they've asked us to come back for a non-streamed playtest of multiple episodes. So if there is a night that you all think, oh, why are they not streaming or something, it's because we're playing a game, but we just can't stream it because it's not our content to stream.
They're not ready for streaming yet, and that's okay.
And that's okay.
That's what you do during your beta and playtest period, is have a bunch of people play it and give you feedback. Speaking of, Jeff, if you watch this for any reason, I promise I'm going to send you feedback on that feedback sheet. I'm real bad.
I also need to do that. I'm so sorry, Jeff.
Sorry.
We're really good at remembering things we promised.
Also, not promised, but we're trying to get a kind of like fundraising giveaway going maybe on Saturday. We're
working
to figure
on
it out. We don't know what all we have yet, but we're trying to figure it out. But yeah, so that'll be Saturday, 3 Eastern. Is that what we
3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
3 Eastern, 2 Central, and do the Pacific math for me.
Noon.
There we go. So hopefully we'll see you guys there. And then Monday we'll be back with our brand new campaign, our Muppet Born campaign.
Love it.
Yeah, we will have the trailer for you hopefully by Saturday. We got to splice a couple videos together to make our finished teaser trailer, and then we'll be here Monday with Drew leading our fuzzy companions around a crazy world, and I'm super excited.
And the another character will be announced on social media after the show tonight, and there will be the final player character will be announced tomorrow, and then Drew has his very own GM spotlight on Saturday, where you'll get to meet his sort of GM friend. And we'll announce that on Saturday, and then last upload of the trailer on Sunday before we start going on Monday. So we're actually trying to be way more organized than we normally are.
Yeah, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Thank you for sticking with us. That segues beautifully into, if you like what you see tonight, give us a follow. That way you can stay up to date on what we're doing. Also, if you want to go to our social media, we're at Homebrews and Homebodies on everything but Twitter. We are H&H Live because they have character restrictions. But yeah, if you go to our Twitter, I don't know if we have a link tree, but everything's linked there.
I mean, if we don't, I'll make one tomorrow. It's all right.
We have a Discord server. We're trying to revamp that and actually start using it, especially with upcoming games with invited people. We're going to try and get the Discord going. But yeah, if you already follow us and you really like what you see and you feel like subscribing, go for it. Hours Without Sleep, thank you so much for subscribing. We appreciate it so much.
Yeah.
But if you don't feel like subscribing, if you want to just throw some money our way, we're not going to be mad about it. All of our money goes straight back into the channel. Part of the Gen Con haul was channel money. Thank you, Mama Cat, for buying us things at Gen Con.
There are games and things for the channel, we promise.
We bought 3 new games that we're excited to look at. One is about cats.
One is about cats.
That's the one.
This is very true.
Okay, that's the second one I picked out, but it's the Bane one I picked out. Because I played Stray, and now I just want to play a cat. But yeah, so check us out. Give us if you want to give us a donation. We have our Ko-fi is on our under our donations section on our Twitch profile, or if you click the banner, it will actually take you to our PayPal. If you want to donate some money, it all goes back to the channel. Oh, one more thing. I'm not sure when it's going to conclude, but it should be on their channel right now. Yeah, pizza. I meant to ask you what you were eating.
Yes, pizza.
I saw your knitting already, so I'm excited.
We talk about it before pretty much every show.
We really do. But the first of the 2 episodes that Mal and I were on Gen Con TV for Root is up right now. Sarah unfortunately caught COVID, so she's been down. She's getting back up. She's feeling a lot better. So hopefully we will be
filming the second part very soon.
Second part where we actually get to play our lovely woodland creatures, which I'm super excited because I get to be a raccoon.
I'm a squirrel, and her name is Pyro, and she makes acorn bombs, and I've never felt more like a woodland creature in my entire life than in this character, and it's great.
I get to be a little raccoon thief, and I'm excited. But yeah, so check that out. I think that is all the business. It's been a while. Sorry.
It should be. Yeah, I was going to say, sorry for the long startup today.
We also will be concluding Gilded Dreams. I promise.
Yes.
We are talking with Michael because he is a very busy man, and we are getting all our schedules finalized, and we will have the conclusion of Gilded Dreams. I promise we are not forgetting about it. Mostly because all of us want to finish it probably just as badly as everybody else wants to see it, because I need to know all the secrets. So yeah, so we are going to pop it over to our trailer, and sorry, I'm trying to do too many things at once, and we will get started. Go, please. There we go.
We'll get back to the switching eventually. First night back after this.
It's fine. I had a plan in my head, and then I started recording and went, nope. Also didn't undo. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get better at audio. Maybe sometime. Maybe before tomorrow. Ryan, you're good to go. Go for it, bud.
All right, I'm not even muted. Look at that.
Wow, you're
Look at
doing
you
better
go.
than I am
Whoa.
today. What?
We're seeing some real growth from Ryan Mack here today, everybody.
I'm backsliding. Sorry, everyone.
Okay, so it's been a while. So as a
been a
refresher,
while.
last time we started out in, it's necessary, don't apologize. We started out in Bree, at and near the Inn of the Prancing Pony, where we opened on Manuve, our elf, being very well received, almost like mystically received by people in Bree. Fleetfoot, much less so. Rangers don't have a good reputation there. But there was kind of a festival day in town. Our party got together. Packle forgot where he was going, woke up on a cart in Bree. It had something to do with an R. So at first the plan was it Rohan? Was it Rivendell? Somewhere. And they set out to go south toward Rohan and found Packle was the first to hear it, actually. A couple of hobbits getting accosted by thieves. Packle surprised everyone by running up and murdering one of them. The first roll was like a critical hit. So dispatched one horribly. And from there, made fast friends with these hobbits, Rose and Belle Cotton, who are on their way to Rivendell trying to sell some of their wares, mostly books from the Shire. They really don't know what they're doing and wouldn't have made it even as far as they are without our friends here. So the journey is toward Rivendell, as we can see hopefully on in a minute when I'm off screen. But yeah, I'll show you that. And they stopped in the Midgewater Marshes, about a day or two's travel outside of Bree. Seeing weird lights off in the marsh that Manuve was able to provide a little lore on.
Oh, that's right.
Of some kind of wraith or white light creatures left over from wars from thousands of years ago at this point. And we left out there, I think, with Fleetfoot keeping watch.
21 stealth.
But luckily, you were aware of these things out in the marsh. They are not taking you by surprise. You can see them at a distance.
Yes.
Here's our map, Cam.
There we go.
Here, I'll use my little finger just in case it's not bright enough. Here's Bree, where we started. Rivendell's way over here. Here's about where the party is now.
We've done such a good job.
About a 2-week journey, because you have horses.
All right.
Thanks, Sugar Mama.
Yes. Thank you, Mama Cass. I think, didn't we start the watch together and then
I'm on watch first. I rolled a 21.
I don't remember what I rolled. I know I was somewhere in the something.
I will be wherever anybody wants me to be because I didn't write down what I rolled, so it's fine.
And I still have that. There's a journey sheet that I used to record the trip. Manuve took on the guide role, Kari took on the hunter, Fleetfoot took on the lookout, and Packle took on the scout.
That's right.
Yep.
Because I have to roll
So,
travel.
I'm sorry, it's only about 8 days travel because you have horses, not 2 weeks.
We'll
take
good.
it.
I'll take 8 days.
Put that shit down. And you have Rose and Belle's pony called Tart.
That's right.
And there was a horse named Cinnamon. I'm not sure whose that was.
That's mine.
That was
yours, right?
Kari's. No,
That's
that was
mine.
Kari's.
She's named after the
Mine is
horse from
Whisper.
The
Whisper? That's dope.
Did I come up with a name for my horse?
You hadn't come up with a name yet.
Yeah.
I think you're right. Hold on. Let me get on fantasy name generator.
And hobbits are in the cart.
Look, this is the
We're
most
taking
important
the
thing we're
hobbits
going to
to
do this
Rivendell.
episode, is that we're going to name these horses.
Great.
Cinnamon was obviously named for all the right reasons, in that she's named after the horse that Reka Shankar loves so much in the 7th series on Dimension 20.
Name yet?
Hold on. I forgot I'm an elf.
It's been a while since we've looked at these character sheets, everybody. We
I was
deeply
like, oh, I'll come
apologize.
up with this name, and I was like, wait, I'm an elf. I should probably give it an elven name.
That's fine. Also, just some insight into how today is going. Before we started this and we just hit the live button and let everybody trickle in, we all agreed that we didn't remember how to play this. And so we had a very mini powwow of how do you play One Ring again right before we went live. So if we screw that up, we're very sorry. It's just been a bit.
Her name is Iriel. Iriel. I believe
Iriel
it means
Whisper.
captain of some sort. Also, I just think it sounds pretty, so I really don't care what it's named at this point. I love my horse, though.
Name it Theonor. That guy was kind of a dick. Inside joke. If you know, you know.
All right.
It's not really an inside joke, but, you know. Anyways.
If you know, you know.
So, yeah, you set out on the Great East Road, which is a road in places. Other places, it's barely a track. Here in the marsh, it's more toward the track end of things. But luckily, you have Muriel, who is literally from Rivendell, or at least has been there for a while before, so it's familiar. And Fleetfoot probably at least has been there once or twice growing up. Because the Dunedain are often housed there or often taken there from time to time for events.
I've taken a lot of
maintains
messages
a good
there.
relationship with them. So you would very likely know how to get there, or at least be familiar enough that you could probably stumble onto it. Because it's a very well-hidden place. If you don't know what you're looking for, you're not going to find it.
That's why Packle's only just woken up in the back of a carriage in Rivendell.
You can only go if you were invited. Okay. So do we need to shift watches? What do we need to do?
Did anyone pounce us in the night?
That's the question.
No. You were able to keep an eye on those lights in the marsh. They did drift closer here and there, and at one point you could even see like a Nor humanoid form, like very pale in the moonlight, but they kept their distance, if you could call it that. They're almost mindless. It looks like that. It doesn't seem like they're wandering, like they're getting towards you with any intention. They're just kind of moving around the marsh at whatever will they have. You staying there and keeping a careful eye on things without running off to cause trouble with them is more than enough to keep them from coming over. Unless Manuve wants to do differently.
I think I'm good. I'm not gonna fuck with the lights.
See,
I don't know this system well enough to fuck with the lights. Give me a couple sessions.
that's wise. So let's see. Taking off then over the next couple of days, the road climbs gradually, very gradually, into a series of hills. One of the largest of which has an old ruin on top of it, just close enough to the road to see. Maybe, I don't know, maybe a couple hours walk off the road at this point. What? Old lore? Let's see. Yeah, be lore.
Oh, be better this time. Well, that's a 1, 4.
Or alternatively,
I roll like crap.
let's see.
It's so bad. These dice hate me. I need to switch to mine.
That's a rock formation. Ooh, I'm pretty good.
Hey, look, guys! Some pretty rocks!
I'm pretty good in lore.
You are.
Okay. If I have it marked, that means I roll 2d12, and then however many
It's
It's
d6.
the higher result. and add
6
your
for every
D6s.
bubble filled in.
Okay, let's see. Oh, that's not
Hey,
too
Manuve,
bad.
look over there.
What's over there? Okay, so total 13, 14. That's a 15, which is 1 over my wits. And I rolled a 6. Not that I can do anything with it right now. I can cancel a failure, so I'll cancel out your failure. Can I
Sweet,
do
thanks.
it that way? So we both succeed?
Can, yeah.
Yeah, so we both succeed. Look at me using the
so from-
system.
From where you're at on the road, both of you would be familiar enough to know that this is Amon Sul, or Weathertop in more modern parlance. It's a very old watchtower that was fought over by 2 different kingdoms when kingdoms existed in this area. Manuve, you would know that it was once actually a palantir there, from the films and the books, but obviously the black orb that's used for like long distance communication and like watch keeping, one of those used to be kept here, which is why part of why the location was so critical. And then off to the north are a series of rolling hills just out of sight. I don't think by now, no, you wouldn't be able to see the mountains yet, not for a long ways.
I'll share that with anyone else who doesn't already know it while we're riding our horses. That way everybody knows where we are.
Packle yells out from the cart. Hey, what are y'all talking about up there?
God, you know I'm a whore.
Yeah, all the hobbits are in the cart.
I thought he rode with one of us.
We stuck all the hobbits in the cart.
Oh, that's right.
You're welcome to ride with me if you want to.
I might be riding on the back of somebody, I forget.
Yeah, you're welcome to ride on the back of mine.
But on somebody's shoulders, preferably, instead of on the back of the horse.
God.
I have a good strength you can hop on.
I forgot your voice.
Oh no, too high, my bad. I'm coming down.
I will never stop. It always 100% reminds me of old Greg, and I die every time.
Greg as a hobbit. Love it.
That's a homebrew I'd be willing to see. Let's go. Somebody
Old
make
Greg
that a
is
thing.
is a big bad.
I'll run a boost
Go.
campaign. No sweat anytime you need.
Yes. Let me in on that. Oh. All right. Do I need to roll for guide?
Yeah, actually, I was gonna say so.
Cool.
Yeah, make your travel roll. See if anything weird happens.
I'm gonna travel. I don't. Oh god, this is gonna be so bad because that number is so high. I don't. I mean, I can't do it. Oh my god, I did it. I rolled.
Oh yeah.
I rolled a 17. It's a 16.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we'll take it.
So I succeeded by 1.
You didn't fall off a cliff.
I didn't
Yep.
fall off a cliff.
Really, that's all we
Yeah.
needed. Keep the bar low, everybody.
My numbers are so high. I forgot. That's okay.
Alright. So from here, it's a pretty clear path for a while yet. There's a river another few days away that has a bridge over it, and from there the land gets a lot more wild. From here, the road is, for that time, it'll be mostly uneventful, safe travel. Up to the north, there's almost like a glacial flat area with lots of large boulders just kind of deposited. And out to the river, that's what's called the last bridge is there, like the last standing bridge before you get over to the mountains. Beyond that, though, you're gonna have more trouble because there's a thick wooded area that's very rough terrain as well, like very rapidly moving hills and cliffs. That is commonly known as the Troll Shaws for exactly the reason you would expect.
Oh, joy.
Huh.
You could try to go around that, North or south, it would add fording a river to your path, and it would probably add several days at least in a lot more rough country.
I will
But up to that point, up to the last bridge, the road is pretty steady.
float that to the group.
Okay, so we either forge forward and possibly fight trolls, or we go around and take longer.
Yes.
Are we going to be able to get a cart through the other way?
That's a good question. It would be much more difficult.
You'll definitely have to be scouted, like finding a path for that. It's not going to be nearly as easy to do off the road.
Should I scout a path as the scout?
Well,
Why don't you
totally.
Well, what time of day is it? Because the trolls can't come out in the daylight.
Right. They can't, actually. But you're going to be traveling through there probably for a couple of days. You'd have about 6 left, and you're here at Weathertop. Yeah, about half your time. 2 out of 6 days is going to be in the troll shells. So if you go through there, you're going to be in there at night at least once.
I mean, it's not that long of a time.
Packle did.
I mean,
The
it's
only
not
thing we'll have to
so-
worry about is the one night.
Packle did murder
Quick.
people.
Yeah, go right in the face.
Yeah,
Yep.
just stabbed them right in the face.
It was soft. It felt weird. A feeling I wasn't used to. I killed a
You'll
man.
get used to
Don't
it.
like that description.
Seen some shit.
Kari has killed so many people, and never once in her life has she thought that was soft. Never. And now to have a hobbit describe to her murdering somebody as soft and I didn't like it, she's at a whole new level of grossed out. Like, she's never looked at murder and been like, ew, but in this moment, never
You
wants
hit
to
your
think
limit
about
on it.
the phrase, it was soft and I didn't like
was
it.
soft and I
Never.
didn't like it.
I'm a changed hobbit.
Oh. So, add multiple days to try and go around, or spend 2 days. Hopefully, just one night if we move fast enough. What
think we
The
can do
area
it.
on either side is by no means like the safest either. There's quite a possibility, especially on the north side, of running into more trolls just out in more open space.
Something we can do.
And the south gets very wild and marshy as well.
Let's go through troll country. Let's do it.
Let's
Do
do
we
it.
get trolls or trolls? What do you guys say? I'm thinking troll.
Troll seems good.
I feel like trolls as it is.
Right, guide.
Right on. So yeah, over that time, everybody's spirits keep up. You know, it's a long, long hike, really, up until that point. But yeah, as you cross the last bridge, so here, you're getting into, like, the terrain shifts from like open plains with a lot of like scratchy woods to a much more dense wooded area that's like kind of like, you ever been over to Garden of the Gods, that area where it gets like really craggy and really varied terrain very fast? There's a lot of that there. The road is pretty steady, but there are times where it cuts through like almost sheer spaces. There are places where you can see rocks have fallen off the side. Who knows how long ago, but recently enough that it might happen to you. The area is The woods are thick too, so it gets pretty dark during the day. Because at this point it's high summer, leaves are big and green, big and juicy.
It tastes good too.
That's right, I'm gonna leave you with that.
Thank you.
Let's see. I'm gonna have y'all roll something.
By the way, when we passed through those tobacco fields a while back, I grabbed some and pocketed it. It's been drying out.
Ugh.
It's gonna
Oh, yeah.
take a bit.
Love it.
Yep.
I think
That
you
was
did say you
the,
went through some on the way out, or near
The
some, at
Southern
least.
Star. Some of the Southern Star. Yeah, I got that.
Yeah, it's grown and brie, right? So, into your first afternoon through the Trollshaws, you do come across a spot on the road that's kind of through a narrow space with a steep incline on either side, and there is a tree laying across the road, like a big old log, like a fallen tree that's got its root system just sticking out on one side. You can climb over it, but you have the horses and the cart. So
If I
if
roll
you
high
want
enough on
to-
athletics, can I just move
Can I move a tree if I roll
not
high
like
enough on athletics?
not like pick it up, but I'm saying
Well,
like
Thieves teamwork.
pick it up, heft it a little bit, pick it up, heft it a little bit. Kari's only built for muscular things. She's the exact opposite of me as a human. So if I cannot move a tree, she should be able to move a tree.
If I
love
roll
that
high
logic.
enough, can I just pick up this tree?
Not pick it up completely, but
Okay.
like pick up an end and like scurry with
Can I use my sword
Thank
and
you,
we can
POTUS. Thank you.
up to the tree, the cart up to the tree, and we can use a lever system to get the wheel up and over the tree.
I still just
Try
want to
that.
move the tree.
You could also try moving the tree, but I mean it's bigger
Yeah.
around than you can
Yeah.
hold, so it's
I mean, like,
probably not.
how-
Yeah, I
gonna
don't
happen.
think that's gonna. Oh, do we have some rope? We could
I don't have to move
tie
it
the
completely out of the way. I
I'm
just have
sure
to
we
move it
have
enough.
rope.
Yeah,
Like, we
tie
can
the
tie the
horses.
horses to it, but
do it and pull
How
it.
long
and
is
For
that
sure
just
have
get
some
us
rope.
free. Yeah.
how long
Okay.
is that gonna take?
Well, it wouldn't take that long to tie them together.
We have to get it under the.
Well,
the...
You've
he
got
said
probably
there
a
were
couple hours before sunset, so you have
there
some
are
time
roots
to
and
address the
stuff
problem.
sticking out, so we can tie it around the roots. They're already sticking out, and we can tie it to
Everything
the
in my
horses.
body is like, don't fucking go down that road.
The problem is we have to.
What?
We already chose to come this way.
I
To go
know,
back would
I
be a
know.
week.
I
I
know.
know.
Okay. All right.
I'm trying to see if I have anything else that like makes more sense than my first stupid idea, which was just pick up and move the tree.
I'm just gonna
But-
pick it up.
Kari's intelligence is not what I built her for, okay? So therefore,
Right. What do I need to roll to tie whatever ropes we have? The horse already has a harness system for the cart, yeah? So we can use that on one of them anyway. And hook to that, and then hook the other horses to it.
I don't know that there's a specific rule for that. It would probably be something like.
So we just did it.
Oh, I don't have to roll, is what you're saying. Good.
Great.
Thanks.
We did it.
I mean,
beautiful.
kinda, yeah. There's not
Good
a
job,
specific.
everybody.
I think you
Moving
can manage
on.
that.
Good job.
Ingenuity.
We did it.
While you're looking around, though, like as you're moving around it to get this set up, roll a scan for me.
Yeah, that's
Like
what I
anybody?
was-
Anybody? Yeah, you're all moving around and doing it. So
Okay.
I have to go Gandalf to get this.
Come on.
It was a 2.
I know I don't have it.
Fuck. No, I don't have
Which
it.
is my worst score to try to beat. So
This is my lowest, and I didn't beat it.
we're all blonde. We see
All of
nothing.
our numbers are too high.
I'm telling you, that's
Oh,
what's broken about this
wait.
system.
4, 5,
I have only
yeah.
a D12 in that one, though.
I rolled it was 15 out of 16 though.
You came the closest because I got a 12 out of 16.
I got a 9 out of 14.
Jesus, we're bad at this.
got a
Everyone but
16.
Hackle would know this. Unless you failed spectacularly, it would be hard to miss. On either side of the road on this embankment, you can see big ass like indentations from a foot, like something has, and you can see like a trail where this tree has been pulled onto the road.
Cool.
So something else pulled it onto the road, but I can't pull it off of the road.
Hackle,
Are you a troll?
can you find out where those tracks came from and trace them back
If
so we
you're a
know which way to
troll,
look,
You can pick up the tree.
so we know which way to watch?
Yes, Scout.
Hackle, can you follow those tracks and see where they went so we know which way to watch, to know where they come from?
All right, I guess I can manage that. Which ones are they again?
The big ones.
Oh, okay. Cool. Thank you.
Got it.
And like climbs down off the horse. So I
They're
couldn't
about
see
as
it because I
big-
was behind someone.
No, it's all right. They're about as big as you are, so follow those.
That's flashing.
You know.
At least he's clean now.
Yep. Packle just pulls out a little joint, lights, and says, "All right. Oh yeah, I got this." And starts heading off. You need me to roll something?
Yes. Let's see. Go ahead and roll a hunting.
This is something else that I have just a D12 in. This is gonna be fun.
Oh, dang it.
Well, when Packle can't do it, please know that
Can I
Kari
at
is
least
watching
look?
this little
Can I
hobbit
do a
like
hunting
hawk.
check and look and point him in the right direction?
I was gonna say,
I'm good at that one.
I'm very
Gandalf.
good at hunting.
Gandalf.
Yeah!
Oh no!
What?
No! Get off!
Yes.
I said, I got the Gandalf! I got the Gandalf!
Gandalf appears and shows you where they were.
Gandalf appears, magically moves the tree, and makes all the trolls go away.
It makes all the trolls disappear, and now we're all good.
We're good now, right?
So good. So good.
So in this spot, the road runs slightly northeast, more east, but yeah, just with a little bit bent north. Packle, spotting these tracks, scrambles up the embankment and over the side and disappears. You can still hear him for a very short time. He's surprisingly quiet as he does it.
You hear an occasional cough.
Yep. But after a short while, Packle, you can follow this through the woods. This thing either isn't interested in hiding its prints or it can't. And it's super obvious where it's going. You can follow it around a rise in the terrain for maybe 20-30 minutes, and you can see
Have the tree
coming
clear by
around
then.
maybe coming around a rock, like a just big boulder sitting there. You can see a large what's the word? Not like a cave, but like a big overhang where the tracks go into and don't come out the other side. And you can see what looks like pretty clearly the remains of a sloppily made fire out front of it.
Is it still smoldering? Is it on fire? Is it cold?
It's not burning or smoking. If you want to approach it, you can see
Just come back.
I want to see like how recent it's been put out.
it's warm, but you would probably know, I mean, with that hunting roll, it's probably a fire from like the night before. It's
Mhm.
warm, but picking up embers is something, it's not going to like burn your skin off. If you like were to pick something up, you'd be like, oh, it's definitely warm. Something was here.
Cool. I relight my joint on it. It went out when I
Are
climbed
you-
up the hill.
No, what?
Alright,
And it's definitely
so-
whatever the same thing was that dragged this tree up. Like the prints are huge. They're thinking troll. You have no reason to believe otherwise. It's clearly not a man.
Cool. So, and judging by time of day, we're gonna be safe traveling through this area right now.
At the moment, yeah. Knowing that trolls
I
can't be
hurry
exposed to
back.
the sun, yeah. Okay.
I
So
just
it
come
probably
running
takes
back. Troll! Just kidding.
Gotta pull my sword and I'm like,
Stop the
takes you
carriage.
close to half the time towards sunset to get there, look this over, and get back. In the meantime, you all have been. So what's the plan exactly? Trying to like leverage the cart over?
no, sorry. So what we're
Move.
doing is the tree is across. So we're taking the end that has all the roots sticking out. We're tying ropes to it, that roots, and we're tying the other end to the horses, and we're pulling one end to make enough room for the
Gotcha.
cart to slip by.
Okay,
So we're just
makes sense.
pulling one end. And we're pulling the root end so they won't dig into the ground, and the branches should make it easier for the other end to shift.
Sure.
Physics speaking. If it's a leafy tree, is it a leafy?
Science.
Yeah, it's one
Hey,
that was probably like,
I
felled
spend
by a
all my
storm.
time in the woods. I know this shit.
I spend no time in the woods.
Yeah,
so.
stay away from the woods.
Kari's more of a city murderer than a woods murderer. You know?
I live out here.
More of a city murderer.
Yeah. You get one or the other, you know?
When I'm in the woods, I'm just vibing.
I
It's called
get
this
tackled.
athletics by everyone who is here. Favored though because you have horses.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Wait, what
and
am I
because
rolling?
you're using
I
athletics.
used to be.
Oh, yes.
Oh, no,
I
if you're
have it
gonna use
favored
your dice,
anyway.
Ryan, maybe they don't like me because they're yours.
I
Look at
got a
my-
Gandalf. And
Oh shit! No, actually, I'll just take that roll. 26. Wait,
What
it's
is-
only one of those. So 15.
What is the Gandalf?
I beat mine.
An 11?
18.
Gandalf
I
is,
beat mine by 2.
it would be a 12, but it means a success. It's like
12.
rolling a natural 20.
Okay, cool.
It's your best possible result.
I beat mine.
18 for me. So, yes, I'm good.
Nice.
And I'm assuming I'm not there yet.
Now this is what they're doing on the way while you're kind of on the way there and back. Yeah, so with all this work, you know, you've tied it in the right spots. The roots are plentiful enough to get a good grasp on and start pulling this whole thing. With relative ease, by the time Packle is back, you can clear enough space to get the cart through. And just leave this thing kind of sitting halfway in the road.
Eh,
Not your problem anymore.
No, exactly. Somebody else can move the rest of it. We did our part.
Yeah, we did enough.
And I
The
relay once I
Packle will
get back.
return to a cleared road.
I'm like, wow, guys, you did some fucking work. I like it. I put out fire and a place where I think some trolls are sleeping.
Good. We better move on then, so we get as far away from them as possible. Thanks, Packle.
Hey, it's no problem. I needed the walk anyway. My legs was getting kind of cramped being in the back of that cart for a while.
The ride. Okay.
So, let's see.
Down
Are
the
you gonna
road we
try?
go.
You have hour and a half fish before sundown, and you're gonna be thoroughly in the troll shells when that happens. What's the plan for traveling? Are you gonna try to camp somewhere incognito or
And I
move
figure
through
that's
quickly?
probably our best bet.
I mean, we're gonna need to try and make as much ground as we possibly can.
As quick as we possibly can.
Yeah.
How tired are the horses? Can we take like a
Mostly
level of
okay.
exhaustion and keep going? Is that an option in this game?
Not exactly exhaustion, but basically, yeah, you could. I mean, you guys haven't been applying any special pace so far. and the horses are. The road's not been exceptionally bad up to this point, so I think they're in decent condition. You guys have been sleeping every night, so no one has told me otherwise, anyway.
Yeah.
The only thing I worry about is if we do get ambushed, are the horses well enough to bolt? Like, 'cause they're going to run the fastest. So do we want to stop for them? Or do we want... Because we're a couple hours past the trolls, right? Or an hour or so past
By then, you
that
would
trap?
be, yeah, you'd be about an hour and a half or so out of... Yeah,
They
out
travel
of
faster
that
than we do, but I
trolls.
don't know if they travel as fast as horses. But that was only an hour to get away. So they'll know something came through if they know the trees moved.
But
They're
back and move it.
stupid, but they're not that stupid.
Should we put it back?
No,
No.
we're not putting the tree back.
No.
I mean,
Can we keep going at a steady pace for a few hours
yeah,
into the night?
Yeah.
yeah.
For as
I
long
think
as we
that's
can,
the
I
best
think.
bet.
And then we can rest at dawn and then move on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Team.
In that case, I'm going to give everyone a fatigue. Because you'd be going through the night. Let's see. So if you're trying to do it quickly...
Not necessarily quickly. We'll just keep going how we're going.
Okay. Do you want to try to stay out of sight as much as you can? Or be quiet?
Yes, we're gonna
Or
try
are
and
we
be as
just going
quiet
for-
as we can. Uh-oh.
Oh no! Mapkin
What
died.
happened?
Or your
Oh.
Mapkin went out for a second, so it switched places with Tiffany. So now
I'm
Tiffany's
Map.
really big. I'm the map. I'm
She's the
map.
map.
I'm the
She's the
I'm a
map.
map. I'm a map. I'm a map.
Thanks, Dora the Explorer, for never leaving my brain,
There we go.
allowing me to sing you the map song on this Thursday night.
Yeah, I would say we try and stay quiet, quiet as possible.
Hobbit's in the cart.
Oh,
Yeah, they're not interested in drawing any other attention. They're kind of like anxious about this whole thing.
oh, if you're anxious, I got something that might chill you out. You said you're into flour. I got some flour here. And I
You
try
will
to
happily
relax
partake.
in the back of this cart.
Hey, Packle.
Well,
If you
himself
smoke enough,
pulls
you'll
out
just hotbox them.
I mean, she's not.
a boxing a covered wagon. I love it.
God.
That's my kind of Oregon Trail.
Don't forget, if you cough too
Yes,
loud, the
Imperial
trolls
what?
might hear you.
At least Packle understands that he has to be quiet.
Yeah. At least he gets that part.
Also, how is there not an Oregon Trail pen and paper game?
Right?
Fair.
Am I about to make a bunch of
How?
money? I think I am.
Maybe.
I think you are.
Maybe.
Yeah. Hey, nobody steal that.
It was
Yeah,
Ryan's
if you
Actually,
do,
idea.
I'll come for you.
It is not a TTRPG that I've seen, but I will say I just saw a casting call today for a show that somebody's doing of the Oregon Trail where it combines Good Time Society and something else. You play the Oregon Trail. But that's for an original TTRPG source book coming to you soon from Ryan Mack.
Maybe. I'm pretty lazy.
Roll for
I mean, if you do
distance
it fast, you can give them out as like, the thank you gift at the wedding. Everybody can get a copy of the Oregon Trail.
Oh my god.
That's awesome. Did you see?
Make the box a giant floppy disk.
Yes,
Put it on a
we're
floppy.
marketing all of this for you right now, Ryan.
I am gonna find a floppy disk reader. I don't care how long it takes.
This is a good idea. This is a pretty solidly good idea.
We don't have those very often.
We don't have those a lot. We all are like sharing a brain cell right now as opposed to passing it around, and I really appreciate that for us. I really do.
All coming together.
Oh yeah.
We're sharing a brain cell right now, and I'm passing it around.
It makes it sound like the Fates with an eyeball.
It's so true, though.
That's a t-shirt I'm putting up in the merch store when I finally finish all
I
that.
really appreciate that.
And I really appreciate that for us.
Oh, shit.
Hours Without Sleep says Haunted West. I've not heard of that.
I haven't either.
It's a good
Ooh.
name. I'll have to look it up.
That's such a good name. Let's play Haunted West. I'm not even normally into Western games, but I'd
here's
play an
my
Oregon
question.
Trail game.
Do I get to die of dysentery?
Because if I don't, I'm out.
If
That's
not
the
how I
only way I'm
go,
playing.
Hey, if
Bitten by
typhoid
a
doesn't get
snake.
you first.
bitten by a snake or trying to ford the river and I drown, I'm not gonna play it.
I mean, typhoid's a good one.
I don't think I got typhoid. It was always those main three. I
Well,
either
no.
got bitten by a snake, died while trying to ford the river, or dysentery.
I want to get caught up in the bison hunting mini game and then be made to feel like I've done a terrible thing and I can't carry most of the meat. That messed me up as a
That's
kid.
how they get you when you're young and be like, hey, don't hunt more than you need. Here's your lesson about it.
Don't
But-
be wasteful.
But I want to carry 5 deer.
Oh man, what a blast!
You
Oh.
lost me at Alien Hours Without Sleep. That's where you lost me. I was good until aliens came into play, and then I checked out.
Honestly, like, I'm not mad at aliens.
Yeah,
There
let's
are
check
worse
that out.
ways
That
to
sounds fun.
go.
Okay, so we cleared the tree and we're moving. What do we need to roll now?
Let's go.
Yeah, that's where I got distracted. What's the plan as far as you're
Now that we
Not
scrapped
trying to,
your
like,
entire
run.
fight encounter. Sorry.
oh, it can still
Avoid
happen.
it.
Don't worry.
It's like, you all think you got away from me. I'm the DM, I can do anything I want.
I can just move it to this part of the map now. Ha ha ha.
Oh yeah, so yeah, we're just going until it's dawn and then we'll stop and we'll camp.
I'm gonna say while you're out at night, roll stealth to try to keep quiet enough then to prevent drawing attention.
Oh, I'm good at this. Yeah, look at
Favored and +3.
As a group, everybody can roll.
What is my
The
stuff?
hobbits
20.
will roll with favor.
Boom.
that.
Beat it by 4. And I got a special rune in case somebody failed.
I'm probably gonna fail
I got a 19. I'm good.
because I only have a 2
No runes though.
Okay, in my
error on this.
brain's just not cooperating tonight. What am I rolling? Because I tried to find it, and by the time I think I found it, I forgot what I was supposed to be rolling.
Stealth. It is under
Stealth,
wits.
okay.
Stealth.
There we
It's
go.
on
The second
your
one.
yeah, it's under your wits.
I was hoping it wasn't that one because I'm not very good at that, but we'll work on it.
I rolled a 9.
Right now, Manuve has a 2.
No, I rolled
No.
a 9.
Oh, okay.
I
Well-
rolled a 13, but I still failed.
The highest I could roll was a 16, so I only had 2 room for error, but I still sucked at it.
Well, Packle has a pass he can give somebody.
Yeah.
So that's 3 passes and 1 fail?
Nope, I failed.
Yeah, 3 passes, 1 fail.
Oh yeah, okay.
Oh,
After
yeah.
he uses the thing, I thought you meant originally, and I was like,
I was like, no,
No.
it's 2 and 2.
Yeah.
I'll get there.
so yes, one of us has to fail. Either
You
Manuve.
can
or
coin toss
myself.
that one.
Yeah. Look, if something's gonna come at me, it can come at me. Like at this point,
Does Packle want to pass a joint to somebody? Whoever takes it gets to.
that's how you pass. Is you take.
Oh fuck!
It's
I messed
really
with the rotation.
relaxing.
Went to the hobbits by mistake.
Oh,
He took it and passed it right back.
it's pretty difficult to keep quiet because you're traveling at night. You can't see. You're in woods. You can't see super well. There are times where you have to like pause to talk about what you're gonna do, or sometimes where you the cart accidentally hits something, or one of the horse's knickers, or steps on a loud rock. There's definitely some noise coming from you, even if you're trying to stay quiet as best you can. Let's see, what do I get from that? Okay. So, well into the night, as you're moving through a particularly dense part of the wood, you can hear somewhere from close by, there's like a kind of a fumbling step, like something moving through the woods clumsily. And then out from somewhere nearby, a voice that says, "What you got? It's in the cart. You got something? Carrying something through the woods?"
I'm just gonna immediately pull my bow and point it
I'm
toward
trying to
them.
tell everyone to stop and be still without talking.
I'm gonna point it in the general direction of the voice.
I'll also pull mine.
I'm gonna go with my
Assuming none of you have
longsword.
a flame out, right?
Huh?
None of you has like a torch or something?
No.
Oh,
Okay.
Packle tries to hide his
Packle's
sword.
We're not
using-
idiots.
We've been using whatever Packle's smoking to be lighting our way.
The only light is that tiny little
It's a very
Yeah, the little
tiny-
nubby.
Little
tiny little
bud.
cherry.
Little bitty one.
just a little bit.
Firefly.
And I'm going to say, we don't want trouble, but we have no problem dealing with it.
That should leave the cart.
I don't think you heard me. I said we don't want trouble, but we have no problem dealing with it.
Roll awe for me.
Okay.
Is there like a help action I
got-
can give her
I
since
got
I'm
lots of
also
die in
pointing my
this one.
bow?
Okay, come on. Oh no.
I don't know if this
Not
game does.
really.
That's a Gandalf, plus 5.
Yeah!
Ooh.
Yeah.
Got it.
There's a silence for a moment, and you can see this thing come out from behind a tree. It's a humanoid shape, of course. Very patchy, wild hair on it, kind of a dark, like green and brown skin color that like blends in with the wood. Wearing very simple clothing, like a big, nasty looking leather vest and like a loincloth, basically. And it's got a big piece of wood in one hand. Like almost raw wood, like it was clearly used as a
It picked up
club.
a tree. Just picked it up on
That's
the way.
humanoid, so is it big? Like, how high is it compared to a tree?
It's probably a good 10, 11 feet tall. But it is also a little hunched over. So, full height, not sure. Hard to say. But it says to Manuve, now focused on you, look, times are hard. Tell you what, keep the cart. I'll take a horse. Horse is good. Good meat, good with salt. Maybe a little butter. Got butter?
If it's food you want, and she's going to reach into her pack and pull out a couple days' rations and toss it to him and say, if it's food you want, there. No, we will be on our way. And there's like some like dried salted meat in there. Like it's not just like it's not shit food.
Do the hobbits have a book on hunting I can throw at them?
Yeah.
I thought you were hiding
This
in the
might help in your
cart.
endeavors. I check them a book on hunting.
Oh man.
Fleetfoot doesn't
I want to
react,
appreciate.
but he
clever.
sighs internally.
Move along then. So get out before I change my mind.
And she will just nod and start her horse down the path. I think she's gonna shoot a look to Fleetfoot, as a kind of like, if Fleetfoot gets it, and this could be a stretch, too many shenanigans, but kind of a like, keep an eye out.
Yeah, I'm staying at the back until
Yeah.
everybody moves.
Yeah.
on.
And she's gonna ride off in front.
You're keeping a watch on it for a little bit. Roll an awareness for me, please, Fleetfoot, or anyone else for that matter.
Gandalf
Nice.
plus an Elvish rune.
Oh, missed it.
Meets it, beats it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Tackle, you get it.
I met it.
Tackle,
see.
you pass.
Nothing. I know nothing. I rolled 2 1s and I know nothing.
Baby, awareness is in strength. That's not good.
I know. I'm very aware. I have a D12 and a D6 and I got a 1 on both.
It's all right, guys. This is what I'm good at. That's why I'm here. I passed it. Flying colors. Where are they?
So you're a little bit more used to this than others. It's hard to keep an eye on it because it's dark and in the woods, and it kind of blends in anyway. But the thing is definitely following along as quietly as it can, which isn't as quiet as it was probably hoped to be. But it's staying a good few hundred feet back along the side of the road as you move further east. Just kind
Is
of keeping
he trailing, or is he seem like he's waiting for someone to join him?
Roll an insight for me if you could.
Meets it, beats it. 16.
Nice. It looks more like it's certainly not calling out to anyone else, or like making any kind of sign, like a hand sign or anything like that, that would indicate that it is. Probably just waiting for like someone to fall behind or make a mistake, or for you to stop paying attention, something like that.
Did he pick up the food before he followed us? Out of curiosity?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm assuming
He's got a road snack.
he's also probably looking for a way out, so he's just kind of
Following along.
yep.
You can actually see it pick up some of the meat out of the bag of ration and just start chowing down on it as it walks and follows you.
As long as it's not like aggressively coming after us, I don't mind.
I might
Not
call up
yet.
Manuve. Do you want to pick up the pace just a little bit?
Yeah. I'll get us going. How many hours until dawn do we have?
That was well into night, so
I said it was well into the night, so probably only a few.
Okay.
Okay. That's
3, 4.
not terrible.
We'll call it 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna head. What do you need from me, guide? What is that? It's travel.
Yeah. Well, that's not a thing, but it'd be travel.
Okay. Please don't suck. Please don't suck. It's not great. Okay, what is that? That is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, right? Yes. Meet it. Barely, but I meet it.
Yeah.
Meets it, beats it.
Meets a pizza.
Whew.
Pizza.
Math is hard.
Oh, that's Little Caesars. I almost said Papa John's, and I was like, that's not right.
No, we don't speak of that man here.
We don't speak of Papa John's in this
No.
house.
No, we don't.
We are a Domino's family.
Look,
Sometimes Pizza Hut.
We are in anything but that man
But a
family.
Papa John's family.
He's
Yes,
a horrible
correct.
human being, and he's from Indiana.
I didn't even know that.
Another layer of the trauma.
Yeah, he went to Ball State. I'm pretty sure he's from Indiana. Yeah, we don't speak of that man.
Yeah.
That's why when Frank House was like, we could get Papa John's pizza, I was like, no. Instead, we got shitty. Might as
That's
well
the
have
worst
been
pizza I've ever had in my life.
Lunchroom cafeteria pizza in a
That was
really
bad
big
pizza.
form. It was so bad.
Really bad.
There's a hot dog right up the street. What were you thinking?
We
That was
were
probably slammed.
we were not in charge of the pizza ordering because we made fun of them for ordering pizza right after
Because we had
ate
just
dinner.
eaten Chinese food.
We had just eaten dinner, and Matt's like, I'm gonna order some pizza. I was like, we just ate.
He was like, that way we can snack on it all night while we play Blades in the Dark. And then we all die.
Not from the pizza, but it was a very close call.
That was close.
So with your roll there, you do manage to pick up the pace a bit. This troll still follows off in the distance, kind of slowly losing ground until you can hear it like angrily grunt really loud and like slap this big piece of wood it's carrying against a tree. Hear like a big knock of wood and like shivering of leaves. And Fleetfoot can see it turn away as the sky is just starting to like light up a bit.
Oh, thank God.
I said starting.
I know. I was gonna ignore it. You called yourself that.
You could. I was gonna say you said
We
it
were
again.
gonna move on.
I was
You
gonna
needed
give you
to
that
dwell on
out,
it.
and you
Get
didn't
the word
take it.
starting.
Hey, let's get it started
Very
in
good.
here.
To remain critical of yourself.
You're starting
Important
to
to
sound
stay
like
humble
me.
when you think.
If it's starting to lighten, I'm going to slow my horse down a bit, because they should hopefully be finding cover, so it's a bit less of a threat.
How far away from Rivendell?
At this point, maybe 3 days. 2, 3, depending on if you can find it quickly enough.
Okay, so that creature gave up. I would say I would ride until there's definite sunlight. Take a short rest.
I assume that would be fine.
And ride on.
Yeah.
Oh, you can do that.
Is a short rest enough to get rid of a fatigue?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, it is?
Okay. Well, then
You
yeah.
don't have that much fatigue on you right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I'm not that worried because if we can just get to Rivendell, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fine with me.
Okay.
I'm saving my special thing for in case encumbrance becomes an issue, because it can help my fatigue, but it can help anybody's encumbrance.
Nice.
Or sorry,
Yeah,
endurance.
that'll be.
Yeah, no, endurance, not encumbrance. I can't read.
It'll be more useful as time goes on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you find a spot to stop that's actually quite pretty. There's a big jut in the rock, and there's a large stream just falling over it right alongside the road as the road bends around this rock. So you can stop next to a waterfall and just sit in the sunlight, be content in the knowledge that no troll is going to come around during the day, so you can rest for a few hours. There's a light rainstorm that passes through, just enough to get you and your gear a little bit soaked,
Of course.
but it's done after a couple hours. It doesn't stick around and linger. On your way out of the troll shows, you don't see any more troll activity, but on the way out of the woods toward the river, you can see there's a high point in the forest, and there's what looks to be some kind of a stone building on this high point that's almost like a watchtower, but it doesn't look occupied. You can't see anyone in it. It's probably a relatively quick scramble up a hill to try to get to it if you were so inclined.
Should I scout it out?
Yeah, sure. I will go with you, actually,
Or-
just in case.
Do
You never
I
know.
know this area? Do I know what it is? Do I need a lore check?
Do I know what it is?
Lore check it. So can Fleetfoot. Yeah, if you want to lore check it.
Oh, I got a lot
Actually-
of dice in this one.
Woo!
Fleetfoot, you can travel check it.
Okay.
that's
Oh,
better
that's
for
even
you.
better. So I'll roll another die. Hang on. See if it's better.
I'm literally using that skill, but that's fine.
Got a dirty Tiffany on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what would that even mean in this context?
I
I
don't
think
know.
I think it just means 20, but we have no natural
I
way
did
to
a
get
really
there.
good job.
It's
I got
either
it.
a dirty Tiffany or it's a Gandalf, which is a dirty Tiffany is I succeeded through
They also
addition.
got an elf symbol.
Nice.
And a Gandalf is I'm
Nice.
here to help.
There needs to be some way for us to get to a dirty Gandalf, because I want to say that.
Again,
If we roll, okay, if we
a
have
dirty
advantage on
Gandalf
it, we
is a
roll
success.
2 Gandalfs.
Anyway.
Succeeding without Gandalf is dirty Gandalf?
Yeah,
Yeah.
succeeding without Gandalf is a dirty Gandalf. Succeeding with Gandalf is just a
This
Gandalf.
has,
That's
this
just
has
Gandalf the
spiraled out
Grey.
of control.
Welcome to our friend group. I
What
don't
if
know
we
if you've
all-
met the rest of them.
What if it's
but-
only Gandalf makes us beat it? Then it's a dirty Gandalf.
Maybe. That could work.
Once we figure out what this tower is, I think we need to take a break.
I think we've all reached that point where it's just like
Oh yeah, take a fiver. Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
So Paco, you're gonna scrabble up there?
What do we know what it
Oh,
is
yeah, I thought
first?
we were doing a
Yeah,
little bit of a buddy
if I know what
with
it
mouse
is,
Oh, yeah,
I
right.
may
I
go
beat it.
and check it out.
yeah, I'm
So
going
Fleetfoot,
with them.
you would know this is it's kind of a holdover spot for the rangers that come through
I was
this
gonna say,
area.
have I stayed here?
Maybe. You would definitely know about it. It's just a place to get a good eye on the area. It's hard to get to for larger things, like the pathway up to it is kind of slender and slippery during certain times of the year, so it's harder for trolls to access it than the rest of the area is. And there are a few things cached there, maybe some weaponry, some bow or some arrows, a few good knives, some dry rations, things like that. Messages from some of the other Dunedain about news.
I'll go
Um,
check those then. Jesus. I'll be a herald.
Right on.
If I know that, I probably will not go.
All right, Hackle, let's go. Kari, you want to go?
Yeah, I mean, you would not be as intimately
I'll
familiar with it, but you would know it's one of those kinds of things.
I'll stay with Maneuver just in case.
Okay.
Just,
All right,
not
buddy
that the
system,
trolls
let's
will come
go.
out, but I don't trust people.
Let's go, bud. I'm gonna light up as we climb.
I'm way ahead of you. Like a match.
Thanks, bud.
You can scrabble your way up. It's like a thin rock stairwell up to the last bit of it. For you, it's actually, for both of you, it's relatively easy together. But you can tell, though, for a troll or something, it would be very challenging for them to do. Like, there's just not enough space for them to get up there. Inside, there are some very old, well, not in terms of, for a fire, remains from a fire, it's very old. Like, it's not been lit for probably weeks or months. Just cold ash. And there are a few things left scrabbled on the walls, just written in like kind of makeshift ink, like dried. At this point, it's like dried up mashed berries that they used for ink. Just saying, who was last here and what date, keeping track of that sort of thing.
I'm gonna go straight for the messages.
So what?
The messaging.
Oh, they posted on their wall.
I hate it. What have I done? I've made a terrible mistake.
For a good time, please call.
Didn't you miss streaming, Ryan? Those weeks you had to take off,
I
didn't you
really
just
did,
wait
honestly.
until you could come back to this?
Let's see.
Llama tea?
So there's a note from what?
I heard llama tea, and now I want llama tea. I don't even know what that is, but I want it. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
It's made from the blood of llamas. Young ones.
Go on.
I'm still in. Wait.
It went from really like happy to really dark, but then also still kind of happy. You're coming up with some $1 million ideas here. First, the Oregon Trail TTRPG, and then llama blood tea.
Llama tea.
Yep,
You're
llama
doing
tea.
great, Ryan.
Here's a note. The most recent is a note from someone called Hollis. Basically, he left a note scrawled that says, pack of trolls off north going to investigate. And that was probably a month ago, something like that. Up here, by the way, looking out and around, you haven't been able to notice this as you approached because the troll shawls are thick enough. But from here on the eastern side of it, looking east, you can see a towering mountain range. Like, think of seeing the Rockies. It's about that big. It spans the entire horizon north to south. Even at this time of year, there's some snow on the highest peaks. You can see here and there a waterfall trickling out onto the plains below. It's a beautiful view. For Packle, it's probably the first time you've seen the mountains. Maybe.
A boost to see out?
Yep.
Do you need a boost to see out?
Shall I give you a
I
box?
just lean.
All right. Let's go.
I'm gonna
ahead.
use whatever inkish I have. Fighting to the south, rumors heard to the north. Trolls confirmed, did not see Halas, and then sign one in.
Right on.
Let's go for a 5 to 7-ish minute break.
Yeah.
And we will be right back.
Yeah.
So thank you. We will be right back. Get a drink, bio break, and we'll see you soon.
Packle.
We shall return.
And we are back.
Hello.
Hope everyone had a very nice break. Got yourself another drink. There we go. It's like we lost Tiffany.
He fell over. It's fine.
That's fine.
Okay.
We're doing great today, everybody.
We're doing such a good job. Oh, I've missed this. For
So
anyone-
there was nothing about the war in the south at all in the messages, or a disturbance, or a king, or a.
No, you don't see anything about that. It seems to be a lot more related to, like very more local things. There are a couple things about the state of the Shire, though, believe it or not.
Oh, what are those? I'll tell Packle.
Just things like, there's a note actually about repelling orcs on the South Downs before they could intrude.
Yeah,
It
most
was
of us never even
3 or
seen
4
it.
months ago.
That's because we hold them off for you, little one.
We appreciate it. We don't know it, but we do.
I left mine out.
Let's see, so from here,
They have any
as you
cool
come
like
out of the, what?
tobacco in there? Did they have any?
We got stuff.
Look,
Oh yeah, there's a little bit of rations and like packed dried tobacco. Yeah,
there we go.
of course.
Is it
Rangers
stuff
love
I
that
have,
shit.
or is it the same?
There is a little bit of long bottom leaf from the Shire.
I'll trade out. I won't just take it. I'll put some of mine and I'll trade it.
Well done. Leaving some behind for the rest of us. Respect. So from
Little
here,
Packle.
Manuva especially would be familiar. It's the last leg of the journey into Rivendell. There's a river to ford, the Bruinen, and then there is finding Rivendell itself. It's well, we'll get there. We'll get to that. The river is relatively calm this time of year. It's not spring, so it's not like flooding. There are some shallow points where you can probably get around to fording it.
I'm glad I'm on a horse now.
This is where I die from fording the river. We've come full
We all
circle.
knew it
Come
would
back
come
around.
eventually.
We come full circle. Yeah, I have a feeling I'd probably be familiar with the river.
Oh yeah.
So I'd go find a good spot to cross and
For movie reference, because that's how I can relate this most easily. That's
Where they
the
cross
river
the
where,
bridge.
Arwen moment.
yeah, where
Horses.
Arwen's like, haha, get fucked by water horses.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys, here's the river.
For anyone who doesn't know, there were some wraiths on horses chasing them, and they tried to chase her across the river, but her people control it, so she had the river come up like horses, and they galloped over them.
First up.
Do I need to roll anything for that, or do we just...
For fording, I think you can just go ahead and do it. You would be
Okay.
familiar enough with where to go between the two of you who have been here before. Finding Rivendell, though, is going to be another matter of its own.
I have lots of maps.
You do. You're going to be better at it than most. But even so,
I figure if I get
Packle
close
says, "No,
enough,
I got this," and he falls asleep in the carriage.
I figure
This
if
is
I
gonna
get
work, trust
close
me.
Worked
enough,
brilliantly
scouts
so
will
far.
scouts will see me.
Wake up in Rivendell.
I mean,
Just
it
start
makes sense,
yelling
like-
in Elvish, and they'll find us.
So the terrain on this side of the river is I mean, A, you're getting up against the foothills of the mountains, but B, like right below that, the terrain on this side is more like an open plain that's intersected with a lot of different fords and deep river valleys, one of which hides Rivendell itself. So go ahead and make a scan roll. There's a series of like small white standing stones that you're looking for.
Okay, let's see.
Got the eye.
I fell one short. So there's that.
Nobody can look. It's just you guys would be better at it. Oh, Ripley.
I got an elvish symbol. Does that mean I automatically pass?
Kitty baby.
What's your total roll?
Not really.
Not that good. It's a
We're left with the
7.
All right, I'm rolling to pet that cat.
It cancels a failure.
Going to pet that cat.
Does a 14 pet the cat?
Absolutely.
Yeah, good. Scritchy, scritchy, scritchy.
All right, so we wander around for a while.
Yeah, actually. You're trying to find it, but neither of you is precisely certain where. It can be tricky
They
even
don't
in the
see
best
us
of times.
wandering around.
Can I do a travel roll instead?
Yeah, try it.
Okay, because I'm
Yeah,
better
could
at
I
that
too? I'm much better at
one. I'm
that.
better at that one.
Wait, it's between travel and what?
Scan.
Scan.
They're both the
I'm
same.
trying to
They're
travel
both
because-
crap.
Ooh, okay.
Scan's not
Okay, that's a
Well,
10 on
that's
the
a
D12.
Gandalf.
15, 20. That's a total of 20. It's a dirty Gandalf.
The discussion was because these dice
I got
are
10.
wrong. We agreed that if we roll an 11, it's a 1.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, then I failed. If it's an 11, I would have succeeded.
I got a Gandalf and I also passed. You're a little cheeky.
Oh,
Yeah,
I failed both rolls.
Premium cat content.
love to
Great.
see it.
So yes, you will manage to find it.
Happy.
She's happy for the moment until she decides she's not, and she'll bite me. But for now, she's
Look,
a
some of
perfect
us
angel.
just behave that way, okay?
Yep. It's about how much love I want in that moment,
I
in
want
that
love on
moment
my
alone.
terms for a set amount of time. If you cross that line, I'm sorry.
Then you don't see me for the rest of the day, and that's the way this works. Don't know what to tell you.
Purring a whole lot, but she's so quiet about it that you literally have to like press your ear to her to hear it.
We literally can't hear her.
Yeah.
Not even.
Yeah, I can't hear her right here make the sound. You have to actually press your ear on her.
Bless her heart.
But she's purring a lot.
She's majestic.
So,
and I
yeah.
love her.
It takes you most of the day, but wandering around, you do end up finding the white standing stone just at the tail end of one of these fords or fjords. It's fjords, isn't it? Yeah, it is.
One of my favorite words to write.
It's a good one.
Fjord.
There's a lot of loops.
And use that to make your way on a very small trail down into this valley. And around one turn, after maybe an hour and a half travel, you actually see Rivendell itself. The very large, open manor house supported by large archways, pillars, a huge waterfall in the background as one of the rivers from the mountains flows over into the valley. You can hear the sound of singing in the distance in Elvish. It's a beautiful place. Just seeing it by itself lifts some of the the weariness of the journey before you even get into the settlement itself. Let's see, and it's kind of summer, so everything is extremely green, and down in here it's cooler than in the heat of the sun. It's perfect, and you can't help but feel satisfied as you make your way down into the valley further to actually get to the last homely house, as it's called.
I will just kind of take point because I'm at home.
Yep.
And I will take us to drop the horses off so they can be taken care of. And just kind of, I think she kind of stops thinking. Like she kind of forgets that there's a reason they're there. She's just like, oh, I'm home, and just starts to go about what she would have done on a return journey.
Right. You're of course recognized and warmly welcomed. The two hobbits, by the way, Belle and Rose, are like wide, like dinner plate eyes, like mouth hanging open, just looking around at everything, taking it all in. They've not seen anything like this ever. The even the horses and their ponies seem to pep up just being in this place. It's the grass is, like long and full for them to reach down and eat whenever they want. Everybody is immediately lifted in spirit.
Packle's eyes look almost all the way open.
I didn't put this in her backstory, but I feel like I should have. I feel like she probably has a tutor, or a former tutor that she really spent time with, and that kind of made her want to venture into the world. So she would probably be in search of them to share all of the knowledge she has gained so far traveling, and to kind of make sure that records are kept up to date if we have any.
There's
Whether anyone else cares about them, she does.
I'm going to talk to whoever I talk to when I have news that I bring, and also ask them to get someone to help the hobbits.
main house definitely has all of those records kept, and there would be people you could talk to for sure. The folks who you'd normally talk to, Fleetfoot, are actually who are the most directly close with the Rangers are the Sons of Elrond, Elladan and Elrohir, twin sons. They do a lot of the same ranging work and a lot of the same protection of the area with the Rangers. So you absolutely would have met them before. But as far as you can tell, and asking around, neither of them is here at the moment. They're out ranging.
Someone else in... Damn, who else would I talk to then? Not many people.
And there's still staff and residents here that you could talk to get all that taken care of.
Then I'll just look after the little ones. Absent. Kari, what do you want to do?
Oh gosh.
Hackle, can you remember anything yet?
Yeah, anything at all.
I was gonna say, after she passed off her information, she would probably have a, oh shit, there was a reason we came here, and go back, and try and make sure that the hobbits get, everybody gets lodging. And
I think Kari's going to put herself on Packle duty and basically drag Packle all around town until he remembers something by looking at anything.
Maybe I'm supposed to speak to someone? I just don't remember.
Is
How
Elrond
much
here?
of that stuff do you still have left? The stuff that you keep smoking constantly.
Oh, I got plenty.
How about I hold it until we get you down to a place where you remember literally anything?
That's not a good idea. Then he just won't think.
Let's just say that gets me to normal.
Is
All right,
Elrond
then
here?
another trip around town it is, and I just drag Packle off again.
If you're asking after him, yeah, someone can tell you he is here. He's with a guest on the east porch.
Am I allowed to go in?
You can go into the main house. Yeah.
Let me go
You go
with
in.
you, so that way you're
Yeah, I was
just
gonna
not
see if I could
some
find you first.
random
Yeah.
ranger. Yeah, I'll come back, make sure everybody's got like
I'm
lodging and
literally
meals
just
taken
like
care of.
standing in a corner in a shadow awkwardly, like I don't know who to talk to. Where did
Yeah.
she go?
After everybody, like, I make sure that people have everything taken care of for everyone. I will, if Kari's dragging Packle around, I'm going to take the two hobbits because they wanted to see the elves, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, they
There
came
are
here
elves
to sell
around.
their stuff, didn't they?
No, they
I
were
thought-
selling their
They got
stuff
rid
so
of
they
some of
could
it.
see the elves.
Okay.
But I will.
Selling their
Then
stuff was
I-
kind of their
I was
pretense.
standing
Really, they
by
just wanted to
them
be
then.
here and like experience it.
I'll kind of like person of the house, like make sure that there's someone who like takes them and like, you know, be like, show them around, you know, give them what they need. And then I will go back to Fleetfoot and say we should talk to Lord Elrond about the fighting, since the twins are not here. And
Lead
then-
the way. I didn't want to.
Yeah, and then we'll I'll make our way, lead our way to Elrond.
And
So-
Elrond probably would recognize my name because I have just appeared in this place a couple times before at this point.
Of course you have.
Duly noted.
For no reason.
Take that knowledge.
At least 3 times I've just appeared here.
It was on a
least
cart.
3
He fell
times.
asleep. It happened to be headed to Rivendell.
One time was a boat.
We should probably grab the other two, just in case Paco remembers something.
Yeah, I specifically wanted Elrond, to speak with him. I figure he could get more
They
out
probably
of him.
sent me to Elrond because they knew I'd just find my way there eventually. And look,
And
Here we
so
are.
we'll flag the other two down, and then we'll all make our way
I just follow the smell.
to Elrond.
Yeah.
Stink. It's true. There's a garden that wraps around the house that you could that probably would be the fastest way over to that porch. And as you two approach, you can see him standing there, a tall elven man with a long dark hair. Looks serious, but not stern or angry. He doesn't really look old or young. A lot of, what's the word here? His eyes look focused, like he's thinking hard about something. And as you approach, you can see he's talking to a young man, maybe 20-ish, who has a similar look to him as Fleetfoot, that same kind of darkish hair as well, the same kind of he's younger, but the same kind of like gruffish appearance. He's got a little bit of peach fuzz.
Would I recognize him?
And
I recognize him.
roll a lore for me, both of you.
Oh. Okay.
Lore is my good one.
Okay. A Gandalf and a 5 and a 2. I know him.
That's a 23.
Jay was
I got it.
doing good rolls.
Mine's 5, 6, 7, 8.
I got
19,
lots of
but-
die in that one.
Night's been a good night for rolling.
Lots of dice.
Okay. So, yeah, you would know this. Fleetfoot, you would know him as the son of a woman who's kind of the de facto leader of your people
queen?
at the moment.
Yeah, I know about her. Yeah, she's in my.
Gilrayan is her name.
Yeah, she's
Um,
he's her son.
Yes, his name is
Ooh.
Estelle.
I almost chose that as my horse's name. Glad I didn't.
Brian would have been having to change names on the fly, and for the rest of the thing, not try to call this character your horse's name.
My horse has the same
Would have been
name.
great.
What coincidence.
For the
And,
rest of the campaign, we would have been like, is it that guy or is it the horse? Which
Then
one
I'll
are we?
probably give like a short bow to him when I see him. Like
He looks and nods back, but you can tell he's distracted. Elrond is talking to him closely, and he's clearly in the middle of some kind of like a revelation, like with what Elrond is saying to him. It's hard to make out the conversation from this far, but you maybe could with a roll. Of awareness.
Oh, good at that one.
Right? That's what I want. Yes, that's what I want.
Shoot, no. It's only a 9 out of 13, but still.
Not quite enough. But Manuve would be familiar with him, probably has at least seen him around Rivendell before, because he's been fostered here as he grows up. So you're at least aware of him having been here before. I don't know if you would have interacted with him too much, but he often spends time reading a little, but it's not as much his thing. He's often with Elrond's sons, or with another elf here called Glorfindel, who is like the kind of the master at arms, training, sparring, that sort of thing.
Is Elrond giving off an air that he doesn't want to be approached?
He's definitely engaged, like thoroughly engaged in what he's doing.
Okay. I am going to... I'll turn to Fleetfoot and in Elvish. You can speak Elvish, yes? Okay. And in Elvish say, he's the son of your queen, correct? Do you know why he would be here? And then I would say, let's wait for them to conclude their business, and then we will bring our findings to Lord Elrond, and hopefully Packle may remember something. So probably the only thing, if anyone else was listening, that they could understand would be Packle's name and Lord Elrond. And that would probably be it.
Elf ears perk up.
So we wait quietly and respectfully.
Yes. I will make sure...
Fleetfoot straightens up a little bit.
Yeah, I will make sure I make some kind of... I know he probably already knows we're here, but on the off chance that he does not catch it, I will make sure I make enough of a noise to alert him, but like not to like make an idiot of myself.
I'll just light a match for Packle. I'm assuming you're lighting up soon.
Manuve's just gonna like put her hand out to like have him not light up right here. Just be like, don't.
Just be like,
That's fair.
Kari just like slowly takes it out of his hand and puts it in her bag. It's like, wait, maybe not in this very
just pushes
area.
The pipe
Just
down.
yep.
Not
just,
right now. Not right now.
Nope. Not right now.
I thought you were muted for a minute.
I
was like,
thought he was
you were too.
I was like,
we
how?
knew you'd do it eventually.
Okay. So, as they're talking, you can see Elrond produce a ring in his hand, a silver ring with green stones in it, and give it to him, which he puts on his finger and kind of looks at it wonderingly.
Is that something I would recognize?
Is that maybe? Give me a lore roll.
I am a scholar. So if it's any kind of artifact, I might know about it.
I have folklore. Can I roll?
10. Who meets it? That was some bad rolling. Meets it, beats it.
So you may have been shown this before, just as a historical artifact out of interest. It's a very, very old ring, actually older than Elrond is. Silver color with two like entwined snakes holding up a green stone. It's called the Ring of Berra here, made by an elf and given to a man, Berra here, way back in known as the First Age, as a sign of friendship between an elven house and one of the houses of men back at the time. But it is the heirloom of kings of men. So this guy is being told that he's the heir, and like given the symbol of the house essentially. That's probably something Elrond would want interrupted right away.
He would or would not want interrupted?
Would not. But with that,
Okay.
they kind of conclude their conversation, and this young man, Estelle, walks off the porch down into the gardens, kind of wandering past you, not directly towards you or anything, but kind of wandering past, just clearly a bit lost in thought. And Elrond stands there looking out east at the rest of the valley.
I'll kind of, if he wanders past, if we make eye contact, I'll give him a short nod, because I understand the significance of the ring.
I'm going to do another short bow anyway.
It's just given to him. And then I'll just kind of put a hand out like, wait, I'll be right back, and make my way up to Elrond, and start to speak with him. My lord, I've returned faster than I originally planned, but I ran into some interesting people in Bree, and we think that one of them may have a message for you, but he doesn't quite remember it. But aside from that, I thought I would come back and report that there seems to be a war in the south. Haven't gotten too many details. I didn't know if you had heard anything about it from the scouts.
Well, good to see you back. Of course, you're very welcome. Lodging will be made for you and your companions. What did you hear about? So, it's not a war. Not yet, at least. I'm sure eventually things will fall that way. But there are rumors. You heard rumors in Bree?
Yes. Actually, from a gang of dwarves. They said that there had been fighting in the south, but they didn't have much more detail than that. But if it was big enough to reach Bree, then I figured it would only be a short amount of time before it became larger.
So, word travels and gets distorted, of course. The news from the south is that Sauron has declared himself in Mordor once again. As of earlier this year.
He was soundly defeated last time. I thought he was dead.
That was the hope. Only weakened. There are reports that his tower is being rebuilt, his army is regathering. So, that's the news. That's what you heard rumors of. Worse than war. Well,
how long until it comes to our door?
hopefully a very long time, but at some point it must.
Well, that's good to know at least. And then kind of quieter so that no one hears her. She's going to point out that she noticed the ring, and that is, she had never seen it before. She had only read about it, and basically with her background and with her kind of being raised by Elrond, but not being one of his children, basically trying to figure out how, without being like, how do I behave around this person, kind of getting a feel for the way she should kind of approach him, just to kind of weasel around the idea of like, hey, tell me what's going on, but like, I'll approach it as in like, propriety wise, how should I address him, who, all of that information, to see what she can gather about what just happened without pressing, because she doesn't want to make him upset, but just kind of trying to have a polite conversation but garner information at the same time.
He's serious, but he's not unkind, and you would know that from experience. He's always a gracious host, so you would have never given him any real reason to be like upset with you or anything like that. So if anything, he would appreciate frankness.
So she will mention the ring, and ask, how did the power shift? Like, how have we come to here? Like, almost information gathering in a factual sense, I guess, because if he is now to assume kind of the title of the King of Men, it's significant. So I guess she would just kind of ask him about it. And she would also say that obviously the others with her do not know the significance of what happened, but she recognized the ring.
The boy knew who he was, and with this news from the south, the hope is that maybe it will foster some resistance, some spirit of hope. We can send him south. Maybe he'll grow into it. Maybe he'll take the mantle. Who knows? I hope.
Will all the rangers follow suit? Is this I mean, I'm assuming this is their war as well.
Maybe. After a time.
And I guess speaking of, she's kind of going to just gesture behind her to everyone who came forward. I'm assuming if Manuve have not met Packle before, she's probably heard of Packle, and once she got there, she kind of figured out that he's the randomly appearing hobbit. So she kind
Show
of
up, sell a little bit of hobbit weed.
She kind of
Get out.
gestures, and says,
For the jam sessions.
I believe this one has a message for you, but he seems to have lost his memory, or at least the memory of the message. I didn't know if there was any way to assist him.
Some time among us would help restore it. I might be able to brew something up. In any case, a good meal is probably in order. I know how these folk are.
Yes,
with a kind eye toward Packle
right.
and hobbits in general.
He knows the way to me hot.
And I will ask him, is there anything you need of me? Otherwise I will help them all get settled.
Maybe. If you like, we can speak of it with your companions over a meal. There is some other stirring that's causing unrest and unquiet. Maybe you can help with.
Of course. I will get everyone settled, and then we will meet you for... I don't know, what time of day is it?
At this point,
It took a while to find it,
Yeah.
so...
Yeah.
Took a bit. And
Shortly before dinner, 5 or 6 p.m.
Yeah, we'll meet you for dinner. And so she will go back and join the others, and she'll just kind of gesture for them to follow her. While they are walking very quietly, she will speak to Fleetfoot in Elvish, and say, well, it looks like that young man is your new king. He has been bestowed the ring of he's been bestowed the heirloom of the King of all men, also known as the Ring of Berra here. And it would seem that the fighting in the south may be due to the rising of Sauron again, taking a seat in Mordor. Looks like this is only the beginning of yet another long battle.
Did I see where Estelle went?
He went off into the garden, which is a pretty broad area outside the house. So he's probably, I mean, as far as you know, he went off into it. He's probably still somewhere around.
We were meeting for dinner, yeah?
Yes, and she'll kind of show everyone off to their room, and tell them that someone will come get them,
I'll probably
and bring them to dinner.
peel off then and try to find him.
Yeah, there's some time before food, so you can kind of get a look out into the garden and see he's off sitting near a stream somewhere, just kind of looking out over the scene, just sitting quietly.
Not necessarily quietly, if he knows I'm coming. And then whatever our money is. I'm gonna say basically penny for your thoughts, my lord.
Deal, right? Not what I expected. More than I could have expected. Is any of us up to this? We haven't had the king in hundreds of years. Is it really me?
Do you want to be king?
Good question. I suppose I'll have to think about it. I don't really even know what that would mean. King of what? Of ruins? A place I've never been? I don't know. Maybe.
What if you decide you have all of us behind you?
It's certainly worth a lot. Don't want to let anyone down.
I don't think you could. There's a war coming.
Fair enough.
Thoughts?
What much we should be ready for. That seems easier.
It does, actually.
Maybe. I don't know. It's big. Too big. Much time. Work up an appetite, though. Shall we eat?
Sure. Hang out with hobbits long enough, you'll learn to like it.
He ends up to go inside, and goes into the high hall where there are two long tables laid out for lots of guests, and one shorter table for like the head of the household where Elrond sits with his sons and his daughter. Sons, of course, aren't here right now, but his daughter is, who to everyone present is an exceptionally beautiful woman. The most like poised and well carried elf any of you have ever seen. But you notice gives some eyes to this kid, this Estelle kid. They're kind of shyly looking at each other. Food is brought out. Compared to what you've had for the last week or so, it is a feast. All kinds of anything you can imagine, really, like fresh baked bread, like minutes out of the oven. Venison, chicken, just perfectly made meal. Anything you could want. I mean, there's ale, free flowing as well. They'll bring out some specifically for Pack. Will bring out some of the stores of the tobacco that they have on site, of which there is quite a lot. Present to you and the two hobbits, and to Fleetfoot, because rangers are well known for smoking. And to anyone else who would like it as well, but to you specifically. And over the meal, Ron will tell you, my sons are out to the north. There have been some reports of a gathering of things like trolls, wargs, things that haven't been seen in any concentration there for a long time.
Say to the north.
The thought. What?
Do you say to the north? I'm sorry.
To the north.
Okay. Great.
Which you would know is basically like empty territory, pretty much.
Yeah.
There are very few people who live that way. There are trolls and things that occasionally come out of the mountains, but not in any real concentration. There's not much up there to support them. He says, my worry is that this announcement of Sauron's has drawn something back into Angmar, where the Witch King kept court. We're not sure, but it's odd that these things have started concentrating right as this announcement is made. The sons are wondering if something might be drawing them there.
Would you like us to go take a look at it?
Maybe. It would be quite dangerous. Even in the best of times, it's isolated land. Even in the summer, it's cold. As we get toward fall and winter, it's going to be much, much worse.
Not too worried about fighting. Packle's pretty fierce.
So I hear.
I'm pretty good at stabbing people in the face.
There might be something more you can find a little nearer to here in toward the old ruins, Fornost, Anumanos maybe. There were wars with those things then, or with those things in those ruins a long time ago. Maybe there's something left over. I have a sense that something might be found there to help us. So more information, I don't know. It's not clear, but I do have some sense of this.
I'd be more than happy to go and look. And she's, I guess I should ask, she should be familiar with that, because I mean she knows the general area, if not she has studied it.
So let's see, you're here in Rivendell now. These are a ways away. Turning?
We're not on map cam.
Hold on, there we go.
Oh, we're not? Okay.
Okay.
So Fornost is an old ruin north of Bree, so it's a ways away. And Anumanos is north of the Shire. Both of those were like big cities back when there was a kingdom called Arnor that was kind of the sister kingdom of Gondor, where the Fleetfoot and Estelle's people used to rule. And that kind of fell apart over time, largely due to the Witch King. So they're pretty much abandoned ruins now. But there may be something there that can help out or provide some insight.
Okay.
Gonna go back the exact same way we came, except a little to the north.
Yep.
Great.
You've done a really good job.
Yep.
We didn't carrier pigeons.
If only there was some sort of large birds that could carry you a long distance.
Don't get me fucking
Only I
started on
knew
the
a
Eagles, man.
lot
Don't get me
about-
started.
Fly, you fools.
They have lives too.
Of course, this isn't to send you away right now. I wouldn't have you hosted for an evening only to send you on a month-long trip. You're perfectly welcome to stay until my sons return. There's no sense in going out without their information anyway. So stay, rest, spend, who knows, a few days, a week. Get your bearings.
Of course, I defer to your judgment. She's gonna kind of turn to Packle and say, do you remember anything?
Not yet.
Yeah, you got me there. Yeah, nothing.
Well, all right. And she's
If
actually...
anything, now that you're here, you feel even less pressure to remember.
Like, we made it here.
Meanwhile, Kari's taking this all super well, and every few minutes looks over at Packle, hoping that he'll have some spark of memory come back to him. So just every once in a while, you see Kari kind of look over, and it doesn't happen yet, and she looks a little disappointed. That cycle repeats maybe every 5 minutes for as long as she's known Packle, which has been several days at this point.
Manuve is going to turn to Arwen and say, I didn't forget. And she's going to pull this little... I guess it could be pewter or some kind of metal. Replica of the pony from the Prancing Pony that she bought while she was in Bree. And she tries, anytime she goes anywhere, she tries to get something to bring back to Arwen, because she knows she has some interest in the world outside of Rivendell's borders. And like, she doesn't make a big gesture of it. Like, she kind of keeps it like quiet, and she's like, I didn't forget. And she pulls it out and she gives her the little prancing pony from Bree.
Yeah.
We'll take it with some like almost mischievous delight in her eyes, and just kind of sweep it into her a pocket, like a sleeve pocket.
Just tucks
'Cause
it
you
in
know they
that
got sleeve
giant
pockets.
bell sleeve.
Hell yeah.
It just disappears.
You know there are pockets in there,
Oh, so many pockets. That's where I put all my pockets.
right?
Yeah.
And then if
I
you
mean,
got
it's a
enough
good
in it, you
place.
could just swing it, and then it's just
Then it's
Yeah.
its own
Just
weapon.
So
somebody-
good.
yeah.
turning dresses
It's
into
terrifying, actually.
dresses into weapons. You're welcome. I've watched so many TikToks of women hiding weapons under their gowns.
Oh god.
Oh,
So good.
it's so good.
Mm-hmm.
So good. Be like, how many weapons can I hide in this dress? And they just start strapping them to themselves.
and lots of
So
knives.
many. One woman had like a mace strapped to one hip and a sword on the other, and since it had a bit of a not necessarily a bustle, but it had a bit of a poofy train on the back of it. She was so skinny and flat. She strapped a shield to her lower back. So
Yes.
it just
Awesome.
kind of just acted almost like a framing, like a hoop skirt.
Oh, I love that
It was
so much.
She had like 12 or 13 like sizable weapons on herself.
The
I
shield.
was like, that's
Oh my god.
my new goal, is how many things can I hide in this dress, let alone how can I make this dress a weapon? Sleeve pockets.
Oh, and the cats are at their witching hour. I apologize. They may fly across the screen. Right now they're fighting. Speaking of weapons.
Yes. So yeah, I'm going to just enjoy my time at home.
Augers. Fleetfoot's gonna do a lot of brooding.
Since you're here, we can call this actually a fellowship phase and
Yay.
do those things.
Yay.
Oh,
Which
cool.
actually I forgot. Everybody gets 3 skill points and
Yeah,
every
we do.
gaming session, so that's 6 total.
Yeah.
We have 6.
Oh, including today?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll include today.
Good, I need skills points.
And each one of those skill points is a tiny dot, yes?
So you have to. They spend a little bit differently than that. Blip, blip, blip.
It's like,
Why did I turn away from
is
it?
it like 2 to add 2 and 3 to add 3? I forget what
Yeah,
it
there's a
was.
chart.
1 for 1, 2
Yes,
for 2, I
it
think,
is
like 3 for
on.
3 for the other stuff, but combat is when it starts getting real additive.
At least I can add like a couple of 2s. Well, really, I could add 2 2s or 2 3 or 3 2s or 2 3s, if that's the way it goes.
Here it is.
What page is that on?
Oh, that's easier. 46.
119.
Okay, so I just can't expand to a 4 without 5 points.
Right.
Okay.
So from 0 to 1 is 1 point. 1 to 2 is 2 points. 2 to 3 is 3. 3 to 4 is 4. Or 5, sorry.
Yeah.
That one's weird. And then combat's a little different.
I'm just gonna
Yeah,
add.
there's a table with combat on 119.
Oh,
I think I'm gonna stick
both tables are on 46, Ryan.
Okay. Well, fine.
I'm
I
already
printed
on my
out the
way to
pages I needed.
119.
They're also there. Oh, there's a different than one on 119. That's fine.
Are they? Oh, this is previous experience. Okay, so
Okay, here we go.
is the skill cost after the previous experience different?
Still the same. That
Okay.
skill cost is still the same.
Okay, all right. Okay. Oh, I could have rolled better.
Okay, so I can advance 1 skill. I can add a 1, or I can sit on this and wait for more.
Yep.
Oh, why did I do that? That was dumb.
I'm just gonna sit on it. We're gonna see what happens.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna sit on it too.
You can always do that.
Let's see. Is there anything that I don't have anything in that we did?
Oh, I
How
know
many
which
total
skills
are
we
we-
use.
Are we at right now?
6.
6. And it takes 4 to advance a 1.
Take 1 to advance to 1.
Huh?
It would take 1 to advance to 1.
No, on the experience point costs to add like 1, just like if you have 0 and to add 1 like square, it costs 4 skill or adventure points. And the beginning skill
We're talking
buying-
about 2 different things.
Are we?
Skill buying is from 0 to 1 is 1 point.
Yeah, 0 to
If
1
you're
is
looking
1.
at- If you're looking at a new rank in Valor or Wisdom, that is 4.
That's what I was looking for. Thank you.
Then what is
That's what I want to take up.
What is this one on experience points then? I'm reading the table on
Where are you seeing it?
on 119 at the bottom.
It's a little weirdly phrased. It's for both things. So it's saying,
like, if you want to advance Valor or Wisdom to 2, it would be 8. But it just says a new skill or combat proficiency level, just like 1 dot, is 4 points. Right?
it's a weirdly made chart.
Okay.
The one on 46 is much easier to read.
Well, the one on 46 is for
This one is
crafting
better
a
for-
character. I thought this was once you were playing the game, how you were allowed to spend your points. That's how I read it.
Yeah, I don't know if that is different or not.
Oh, wait. Hold on. You might be right. We're learning together. This is important.
No,
It is important.
I mean, if you want to go 1 for 1, I'm more than happy to go 1 for 1.
Yeah, I was gonna say we can go 1 for 1.
But
We're not gonna tell you no to go on 1 for
That's
1.
Well, it's
how-
not 1 for 1. It's
well, like the one or the
yeah,
yeah.
it's 1 per dot that you want to achieve.
That's how I read that table. I could,
But
be
they
wrong.
stack. So if you wanted to go from like 1 to 4, it would cost 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Thank you, everyone, for being patient while we learn. What is that other table on? What page?
119 is at
119?
the bottom. And also you can either acquire a maximum of 1 rank in each combat proficiency. So you can't take more than adding 1. Or you can increase your wisdom or valor rank, but not both. Oh no, I'm sorry. You can acquire a maximum of 1 rank in each combat proficiency. They can also buy a rank in either wisdom or valor, but not both. So if you're gonna do the wisdom valor route, you can only choose 1. You can't do both 1 in wisdom and in valor.
Yeah, so this one on 119 is right. Yeah, Kylie's right. The one on 46 is going to be for allocating the previous experience when you create. So yeah, to start a new skill and at 1 is going to be 4 points.
Boy.
To bump wisdom or valor, it is 8 points. So we're just a little shy of that.
Yep.
Sucks. I want my wit virtue.
But by next,
I want my
Okay.
virtues.
by next game, you should be able to
Yeah.
bump that. Is anyone
The thing is,
keeping-
until you do a fellowship phase, you can't
Yeah.
update them.
Yeah.
But I mean, we don't have to be in Rivendell to do that. You can take one of those anywhere there's a settlement, basically.
Is anyone keeping our journey log?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because, well, and this is on our character sheets, we automatically recover a number of hope points equal to their heart score.
Just haven't really had to spend because you got out of my combat.
Yeah. I don't think we have any hope
Oh,
points right now,
jeez.
though. Do we?
You should have.
Oh, yeah, we have current
Everybody
All of
has,
them.
current hope.
Yeah, never
You can
mind.
start with a certain amount and then go down,
Yeah.
or not necessarily go down, but. Well, yeah.
Until we get
I'm
to
not-
0,
yeah.
I could go crazy in the wilderness. That's apparently what happens to me.
You know.
That's lovely.
I
I didn't read
wander
what
off and
happens
I
to me, but I think we'll all find
wander
out
off into
together.
the wilderness and I never return.
Do we want to take an undertaking? The only one they have listed is Yule, and I'm not mad about it, but I don't think it's Yule time.
It is not, sadly.
Damn.
Wait, no, there's more. Look on the next page, 121.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Undertakings. Gather rumors, heal scars, which you can only do in Yule. Meet your patron, which you kind of just did.
You can change out your useful item if you need to.
Why does this page hate me so much?
Gather rumors. Didn't we
Like
just meet our
fellowship.
patron?
Ponder storied and
Yes,
figured
but
maps.
I won't count that as your thing.
Oh, okay, all right.
There's so much for Yule. Why isn't it Yule? Study magical.
I can do Yule.
Item.
Guess
Not
you'll
right
have to
now.
wait.
Write a song. Do we need to write a song?
We can do
Probably
rumors.
not,
We could
but-
ponder
That's what
maps.
feel
Plus
better.
2 in song. You just get rips and jams.
I know it's a group thing. I personally would like to
Is it a group thing? We have to choose as a group?
Yep,
Yeah.
that's true.
I would like to do
Well, it says a player
Ponders.
hero choosing this undertaking, so it sounds like we each choose an undertaking.
On 121, players select a different number of undertakings based on whether the fellowship phase is an ordinary one or if it's Yule, the end of a year. During an ordinary fellowship phase, which is what we have, the company as a
one
group
single,
chooses one
yeah.
single undertaking. During Yule, everyone can do one of their own.
Ooh.
Because Yule is, yes.
I think it would be good to ponder stories and
Oh, here,
Figured
the last one.
maps.
Finally, during each fellowship phase, ordinary or Yule, the company is entitled to choose one additional undertaking, selecting it among those that are listed as free, based on the callings represented among the player heroes.
Oh, okay. So you get one from your calling. I don't recall reading that, but hey.
It's
It's
the
been a
third
little
bullet
bit.
point.
No, yeah, I see where it says that. I just don't remember them having.
I was gonna say, because yeah, gather rumors would be mine,
mine would be
and yours would probably
stories
be the
and
maps, the figures. Yeah.
Yeah. Do we want to call it here for the evening and pick
Okay,
up
sure.
at the start of the fellowship phase next week?
That sounds good to me.
Okay.
Let us. We'll
Awesome,
discuss
awesome.
what we do.
11:30. So that's not a terrible idea.
Yeah, no, not bad.
Hello, Ripley. Don't show your butt.
Hi, Ripley.
Thank you all for joining us. We are excited to be back. We're dusting off our TTRPG skills.
And how to take care of everything behind the scenes and still
Yeah,
engage in play and juggle all that.
it's gonna be totally fine. Shout
It's not like riding a bike, no matter what anyone says.
Shout out to Norse Foundry for this awesome music
Yes.
today. I rated their Spotify albums. But thank you so much for joining us this evening. I think we shared everything coming up. So if we do not see you before, we will see you on Saturday for the 1 year stream while we play
Yeah.
some kind of video game. I don't know. We're gonna
We'll figure it out.
Does anybody have any interesting shout outs today or things coming up?
You're gonna be in or near Evansville. Tick Tick Boom opens next weekend at Civic Theater.
Woo!
Woo!
Go support your local theater.
Heck yeah.
It's important.
Yeah.
Man, Porch Fest
Oh.
is coming up in Evansville
Ugh,
on September 3rd.
I'm so
It's gonna
sad.
be
I
tight.
love
The Tapestry is
Porch
playing
Fest.
again. This is our 3rd year.
I love Porch Fest. I miss it.
We're
Yes.
collaborating with the local emo cover band, The Hot Topics. So Cody Webb is joining us on
Oh,
vocals.
That is-
Cody.
That's
Rip.
Cody.
awesome.
Gonna rip.
Oh,
Is
Cody.
that at Haney's Corner?
Yeah, we're gonna be just up the street from Haney's Corner.
Yeah, it's kind of all around that area. Yeah, I love Porch Fest. I used to take Henry with me, and we'd go see the bands. That's awesome. Yes, thank you, Mama Cat. We are glad
Yeah,
to be back,
thanks.
and we are glad to be doing this again. All right. Well, if that is it, we're gonna close it out for the night. Thank you again. If you like what you watched, please hit a follow. If you really like what you watched, think about subscribing or sending us a donation. Everything we make goes back into the channel. And we will see you on Saturday at 3 for some chatting and gaming and whatever else we decide to do
Who knows?
for however long we decide to do it. But after that, we will be back on Monday with Muppet Born. So make sure you
Muppets!
tune in Saturday to catch that trailer. We will post it after the stream, but we will be showing the trailer for Muppets for the first time during the stream. So yeah. Everybody have a good night, and we will talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Packle.